Call me Barb or Barbie, so you're welcome to call me that, or Barbara, whatever you want. I really don't hear Barbara that much anymore, so I must have a lot of friends now. So what I'm talking about is you can be amazing. Are you brave enough to find your passion? The reason I chose this was because I've had a journey, and I'm just going to go over it a little bit. Last year, about this time, I was diagnosed with cancer. I was just living my life, doing my mundane things, collecting my tools, deciding, oh, someday I want to do this, someday I want to do that. My someday really didn't come. And then I got the diagnosis of cancer. Now, I was blessed with one of the most curable cancers, so I am in remission. And it was a journey to say, I don't want to experience again. But I look at it as a gift that was given to me to stop and look at myself and see who I am and who I want to be. So that's what this is about and how I've come to find my passion, and I'll let you know what that is when we get there. So, my first question is, what is passion to you? How do you define passion? Anybody? Anybody?
Something you love.
Something you love.
Something you're excited and you can't wait to do in the morning.
That's true. Yeah. Anybody else?
Something you drive to.
Very true. So I just kind of said, but my perception of what passion is really passion is those things, but something that does drive you. And that drive doesn't weaken, it gets stronger as you move into that passion. And that's when you know you're on the right path of whatever you're doing to make you happy. So it's a very powerful emotion that you experience while you're living that passion. And sometimes it starts out small, but you recognize that it's a little bit different than what you normally experience. And then as you keep continuing practicing your passion, it grows and grows and grows. And pretty soon your fears fall away and you become very excited to be a part of whatever your passion is. And that's kind of how I define passion for me. So it's about growing, it's learning, it's building your skills, exploring and developing. And there's really no wrong way to do this. I mean, there really isn't. It's just a fun way to find your passion. So, and it all comes from within. You need to don't let people tell you what your passion is. You tell yourself what your passion is, and you can change your passion if you want as well. It doesn't have to be a concrete, oh, I said it was this, so no, I have to do this. That's not true. It evolves, it moves your path line, and sometimes something you thought was your passion, actually it was just leading you to your true passion. So just keep that in mind when you're moving along your path there. So what makes a passion come, or actually a passion is a strength that you have within you, and it is what you put into it. It's the energy, time, vulnerability, everything that you are into it. That's how you develop your passion. So it's not something that's just magically appears and all of a sudden you're a master at something. I mean, I wish it was that easy. It would be really nice, but it isn't. It's something you have to practice, just like you have to practice, like when you're a kid walking or tying your shoe. You don't automatically get it on the first try. You have to get up and go, try again, fall down, get back up, just going through the motions, and eventually you will get it and it becomes easier. An example, I decided that I was going to try dancing. I decided I was going to try salsa dancing because, hey, why not? I am committed to this. That is what I'm doing. I go to salsa clubs. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having so much fun. But I am taking salsa lessons on the side. But I'm putting myself in that environment because I want to experience that. I love the music. I love the dancing. And when you go to, and let me tell you, there's a world of difference in a dancing class, and you're like, yeah, man, I got this, yeah. And then you go to the salsa club, and then they're doing this, and they're throwing you around, and I'm like, what? What's going on? And I'm just like, I don't know what you're doing. This is not what I learned. So it's really just baby steps. But each time I go, and each time I experience, I meet wonderful people. And not only that, I build my skill just a little bit more, and I get a little bit more courage to try again. I actually went for the first time by myself to a salsa club, because before I'm like, no, I'm not going unless somebody comes with me. So now I'm getting brave enough to move forward, and it's like, I'm going because I really want to go dancing, and nobody wants to go, so I'm taking myself. And so that was a new experience for me. Okay, so to find your passion, you have to know your authentic self. Your authentic self is not what you do. It's not the label that you're a mom or dad, caretaker, whatever labels that are put on you, that is not your authentic self. That is your skill that you have developed through your life lovingly, nothing wrong with being a mom or a caretaker or a manager or an SAA or whatever your label is. It's all cool. But what I'm talking about is who you are on the inside. No matter what your labels are, you're still in there. It's still who you are to the core, like your values, and it all comes out through your labels and your different things that you do. We can, people can see how you are, what you believe through your words, your interactions, your actions. So really, your inner self is always showing up, even if you don't realize it. So you have to be mindful of that as well. So why not show up in a happy, passionate place? I mean, you get to choose. So, to my next point. So, a question that I was taught at the very beginning of this year, because when I got the cancer, I decided to get a coach, a personal coach, because I needed somebody to walk me through all my emotional stuff, because it's a lot of emotions. So, so she taught me, make choices. Ask yourself, when you're making choices, does this contribute to my happiness? That shifted my world for me, because I'm a caretaker and I was always worried about, does this contribute to their happiness? And really it doesn't, because when you take choices away from other people, you're actually not giving them the chance to make the choice and contribute to their own happiness. It's important that you contribute to your own happiness through your choices, because when you do this, this allows you to show up in the world as a happy, productive, confident, powerful, beautiful person, and you're able to help others naturally. It will come to you, and it's not something that you'll choose to do. It's not wrong. There's nothing wrong with helping other people as long as it's contributing to your authentic self and you're okay with it. So that's really what it's about. And when you do this, people who have this and you can see them, they walk around and you see and you're like, wow, they're just like, wow, I want to be like them. I don't know what it is, but they got it and I want it. And you watch them and you want to be a part of their world, because they're sharing that energy of happiness, confidence, love, whatever you want to call it, and it's kind of like an addicting thing, and it's an addiction to have, is to be around those type of people, because you learn and grow from those type of people. Because who you put yourself with is who you're going to become. It's just a natural law. But we won't get into that. So we which great ripple effects you can never imagine. What I mean by that, when you have this power within you, and I mean a humble power, the confidence, the beauty, the love, you will affect people that you may never even come in contact with out. They just might be watching. It might be the person down 4 cubes from you that you never talk to, and you don't know how you are affecting them by your behaviors. By saying good morning to them every day, you might be the only person who says good morning to them every day, and you never know it, and it makes a difference in their world. How cool is that? It doesn't hurt to smile at somebody, to say hello. Love people. People are amazing. When you get to meet people, oh man, it's cool. So I love people. I do. I'm a big people person. So finding your passion is like creating art or learning a skill. So I try to. It is like creating art, and art is really a skill. It's something you just have to develop. So it may feel like it's just happening to you, but really it's something that you decided, you attracted to yourself, and then it starts showing up in your world, and it starts just like radiating forth to other people to share with, however that might be, your artwork, your words, your love. I mean, there's no one way to define a passion. I mean, you get to choose what your passion is and develop it. So it's really just talk about taking risks, share what you want, know what you don't want. That's important too. Just as important as you know what you want and you know what you don't want, and you're able to recognize it. It's just collecting information about the people who show up in your world and the decisions you make. And sometimes they're just lessons, and you're like, oh, that's not for me. Peace, and go on your way. And you learn. So how to become inspired. So I read some articles on this, because I could come up with 1,000 different ways, but these are the ones I take that might help you just to get the juices flowing. So one was revisit your childhood. What did you love to do as a child? Did you love playing outdoors? Do you love nature? Did you like riding your bike, swimming? Did you like hanging out with your friends at the mall? And then maybe you can be a personal shopper. I don't know. Find whatever your passion is. Did you enjoy watching TV, which really isn't a passion? zoning out, but I mean, I know a lot of kids watch TV, but maybe you're inspired by the words in the cartoons or something, I don't know, you have a favorite quote there, something in your childhood, an event that spoke to you, and you were just like, wow, I remember that because, and look at that and see what that because was, because maybe there's a clue in there for you to see what your passion might be. I mean, or at least something new to try or to go back to, because you're remembering that you've already tried it, you just have to go back to it. So another one is to start doing what you love to do, even if you don't have a plan, because man, we plan ourselves to death. And let me tell you, I used to do that all the time. I mean, I got certificates, I'm the temperament coach, I have degrees, I have seminars galore, I have over like 300 books on how to be a better person. I was like, when I get through this, I'm going to do this. When I get, and here I am. I haven't done. I'm moving forward. And my goal is to be, I'll share with you, is to be a public speaker and a personal coach. I have all the tools to do that. I know. It's more of the confidence of doing it and being brave enough to lead. And it's still scary for me to think about because I'm like, nobody wants to hear what I have to say. This has been said 1,000 times. Who cares? Because you know what? What I have to say is important, and if it's important to me, then it's important to somebody else. It has to be, because otherwise I wouldn't have that drive, because I'm being driven from the interactions I'm having with people, and listening to them and hearing what they have to say, and I'm like, I want to share this. This is what I feel. That's my passion. And then the other thing is we're so caught up in our daily skills at work, is business, and you just take a break from that, and just really engage with other people that's comfortable for you, or write on your break, or listen to music, or whatever it is that just brings you comfort and joy, and it just kind of starts stirring that joy pot, right? It may not be like it's this huge thing, but it starts stirring it, and then eventually you'll start making different choices. So it's, oh, okay, well maybe I'll go to a concert, or maybe I'll go to a play, or something that'll find your comfort zone, and it's okay. I mean, when you stretch and grow, and then you succeed, man, it's such a cool feeling. So really, it all comes down to your choices. So you're always one choice away from changing your life. I mean, think about that. You're one choice. This moment, or maybe the next moment, you can make one choice, and it will shift your whole life, your whole path. And that's a powerful statement when you stop and really think about it. And then you can find your passion through that. So choose to take a chance. This means to believe in yourself. And trust me, it's hard to believe in yourself, to have a bravery, to leap of faith. It's hard to do that because you're opening yourself up to being vulnerable. You're letting people see who you are. That's scary because we all want to be accepted and we want to be part of the tribe, right? So we don't want to be out here like, oh, what if they don't like me? And just remember, it doesn't matter what other people think about you, it's what you think about yourself. And I tell myself that every day because that's what gives me the courage to move forward. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks as long as I'm okay with me. So, and that's choosing the happiest thing. So choose your attitude, and we went through this. It's 10% of what what happens, and then 90% of what you take away from your experiences. So you really get to choose on how you want to view other people, how you want to view an experience, if it was positive, negative. I choose to look at my experiences. I might have that moment of, oh, that sucked. Wait a second. I stop myself and know there was something in there for me to learn, and I try to figure out what it was. And it's just a learning tool. It's all your experiences are just learning tools and building blocks to becoming the amazing person that you are. So that's all it is. And being persistent. Persistence is my middle name because I struggle. For those of you who don't know, I went to probably 20 different elementary schools, 4 different high schools, and 4 different junior highs. I had a very chaotic growing up. I did not learn very well. I couldn't read in the 5th grade. When I was 15, I was on my own. I decided I wanted to graduate high school, so I worked 2 jobs and went to high school on my own. I was determined because I knew in my heart that if I didn't have a high school diploma, I would not go anywhere. So I pushed and pushed and pushed, and then I would stop because you've got to stop. You can't push all the time because you collapse. And then take a breath, and then I would push again, and then I would stop, and then I would push again. And as long as I did that, I just continued to move forward. I did lose my way a little bit, but that's okay. That's part of my life plan. That's why I'm here, and I totally appreciate everything that's happened to me. People have crossed my path, Those experiences have made me who I am, and I'm very grateful for it. And then also choose to make a difference. When you choose to make a difference, and I'm talking about little things, you don't have to go out and volunteer at some big, like Red Cross or something. Making a difference is just acknowledge eye contact. You don't even have to whisper a word to anybody. Just eye contact. How many times do you guys walk by each other and don't even acknowledge each other? I mean, think about it. I try to make eye contact with people and their heads are down so much they don't even see me. It's so important to feel connected, because when you feel connected, you feel supported, and when you feel supported, you want to give back to each other, because you want to help that person that you feel connected to. Like, what a lovely lady! I want to help her. She's amazing, and you do get that feeling, and not maybe at first, but it's through practice. And as you practice, you start opening up your heart, or the softening of your heart. It's a give and take. And well, not take, it's a give and give. It really is. It's such a circle. It's an amazing thing when you open up yourself to being vulnerable just a little bit, and then you just expand on that and keep going. So I'm going to ask for people to just read each one of these out loud for me, please, so I don't have to keep talking. And then just, if you want to share a thought with it, that's fine. So can I have just a volunteer to start with the first one, and we'll just go down, and you can just give a thought, or I can give a thought. Anybody? Oh, don't make me start taking big goals. I know names.
I know names.
Okay, you can start with the first one.
Okay, choose to be open to the possibility. And that I can understand actually my husband passed away in 1997 from cancer. I found myself alone with 4 kids, and it was a very scary, terrifying time. But I just kept plugging through and took all the possibilities that are out there, and here I am now.
Yeah, what a gift. Where do you see the possibilities? And okay, Jackie, would you like to do
Yeah, I have to do choose your attitude, because people tend to tell me that I have rose-colored glasses and everything. The fact is, we're all in the same job together. A bunch of us do the same thing. I choose to appreciate that I have a good job, and I get weekends off and a paycheck.
Yeah.
Other people don't choose to do that. They choose to take a different path. And this is with everything in my life.
Yeah.
I choose the attitude because I totally agree it's 90%. I can't change the circumstances. I can usually change my attitude. Sometimes life just sucks for a few minutes, but
just take a breath.
It's a few minutes, and then you go on.
And I love that you said rose-colored glasses. I actually wrote a whole story around that. So I'll let you read it.
Oh, thank you. Yes, please.
So who would like to read the next one?
Choose to put the past behind you. Is that the next one?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. I think I'd use that as a springboard for the future in your own personal life. What you've learned in the past, don't repeat some things, definitely, but to use it as a springboard to move forward.
Yeah, and it's really opening yourself up to possibilities, so it kind of goes back to number 1. Somebody like to read number 4 for me?
Can I do number 4?
You may do number 4.
Choose to be true to yourself. That I learned a very hard lesson, because, like I said, I was widowed with 4 kids, and society was telling me, oh, well, you need to have a husband, so you have somebody that. Well, I'm not like that. My core is not like that. I'm a very strong, dominant person. And by letting society, get into my head, so to speak, it kind of screwed me up. So finally, when my therapist, I just looked at her one day, I said, we got a great trio going on, me, myself, and I. And I learned that it's all about me.
And that's not selfish, by the way. It's a very good way to put it. See, when it's all about you, that means you're taking care of yourself, and when you take care of yourself, you can take care of other people. So it is not selfish to put yourself first. So that's a lesson I had to learn quickly as well.
The thing I learned is if you do give so much all the time, then you weaken yourself. And I was just like the gardener and the garden.
It's a give and receive. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are very good at giving love or acceptance, but have a very hard time receiving it. And that's where a lot of people struggle, me included. I'm still working on that. It's hard to ask for what you want, especially when you're feeling very vulnerable. So the next one is choose to take action. I think that's kind of self-explanatory. Jump in, go. Don't put expectations on your experiences, because then you make boundaries on it, and then you won't enjoy it. Just go and see what happens. You never know what will happen after you So, and then I'll read the next one. Choose to live with uncertainty.
I have that all the time.
You have to, because if you don't want to put limits on yourself, so you have to be uncertain of what the outcome's going to be. But man, it can be the most amazing thing that ever happened to you if you don't put those boundaries on you. If you're one of those people who have to control everything, man, you are limiting your experience in life. And the people in your life, you have a small circle, I'm pretty sure. I'm not judging, but I'm just saying I've been there. I know what I'm talking about. My circle has expanded from like 3 people to more than I can count right now because I just kind of leaped in and went for it. It was scary. We'll talk about that later. So choose to overcome your fears. Okay, I'm just telling you, if you do these right here, above that, your fears will naturally melt away. Or even if you have fears, like I was a little bit shaky today, you know, it's hard to get up and talk, but not hard. It's like I want these people to like me. I'm back to that thing of worrying about other people. It's a little bit scary, but I'm like, but my passion speaks louder than my fears, so I jump. And that's why I do it. So choose to change your life a little bit at a time. You guys do not have to take a shovel and start, throwing all the, you can take a spoon and just do one little pop at a time. If that's all you can do, that's fine. As long as you're growing and expanding, there is no limitation or expectations on how you have to grow. Because if you do, you're going to be disappointed because it's so hard to meet all those expectations. Be loving, be gentle with yourself, accept yourself. You're all amazing. Don't worry about it. You got it. You already have it in you. So just let it come out. And that takes one spoonful at a time. It's all good. And then the next one is choose to commit to your natural talents. And that's really going back to what we're talking about, doing those little things, trying to find them. And then when you do get to it, or you find something that you go like, wow, this is really it. Now, I know I'm not going to be a professional dancer, but I love it. And it's a passion. I would rank that down as my 3rd favorite passion. But I'm going to do it because I love dancing. It brings a lot of joy for me. I don't care if I look like a fool. I will go out there and dance. I was on the floor by myself in the jazz place dancing. Didn't care. It was so much fun. And you know what? People came up to me afterwards and we had some amazing talks because they're like, wow, I can't believe you did that. I'm like, why? It's so much fun. Get out there and dance with me. No, I don't want to. All right, we'll have another drink and then we'll talk. So, 11 o'clock at night, they're all wasted. And I don't drink. I don't drink when I dance, so it's just all me. So if you see me, I'm not drunk. And then you get to choose the life you want. And this is so true. The life you're in right now is because of all the choices you've made. Right? There's no right or wrong. There's no wrong way to live your life. It just is. And you have the ability to change it in any way, your perception, your actual experiences, whatever. So really fast, so leaps of faith plus being brave creates ripple effects for you and other people. So it takes courage to take a leap of faith, believe in yourself when others don't or won't, being brave and living authentically, continually choosing to contribute to your happiness will inspire others to be brave too, which, once again, will create that ripple effects we can never imagine. And I'm going to tell you a quick story. Do I have time? I don't know. Okay, my story. I'm a writer. I've been writing and sharing it with a group of people, and a few people within the room that I've shared a few of my writings with, because I'm like, I have to show people, I have to. It took me 8 months to actually show my first one. And then somebody said, you need to have these published. And I'm like, oh, whatever, And then what I did was I was getting the phone, I submitted some work that I did, and I was getting phone calls, and I was afraid. And I didn't call back for 3 months, but they kept calling me. And then they changed the publisher, or the publisher changed the people. And then she called me, and I said, oh, I'm just going to pick this up. And I sent her some of my writings, because she hadn't read any of them yet. And I didn't think, oh, I'm not going to hear back from them. How many publishers say, yeah, whatever, or keep writing, or take a workshop, blah, blah, blah. She sent me an email back within an hour and a half, stating that she was moved to tears, because I was speaking to an experience, and that she could see my heart, and that I need to maybe publish these. And that's because I just picked up the phone, but it took me 3 months to pick up that phone call, because I was afraid to be judged or have them tell me it's not good enough. Because I had 2 other publishers tell me, no, keep working. So it was scary. But for now, I have this I don't know what's gonna come of it, I'm still like, I'm waiting for them to call me back, but even if they don't, just to have that acknowledgement from a third party that I never knew, it's not my friends, it's not my family, saying, oh, good job. No, this is somebody that doesn't know me, and I was able to do what my passion is, and that's all I care about. I really don't care if I get published or not. It's just touching people's hearts, and that's really important to me, and just sharing my story with them. So remember that there are no mistakes, only lessons. Learn to love yourself or love yourself more. Trust your choices. I'm going to go through this fast. Know that everything is possible, and then don't wait until everything is just right. It will never be perfect to move. There will always be challenges, obstacles, and less than perfect conditions. So what? Who cares? Go for it. Get started now. With each step you take, you will grow stronger and stronger, more and more skilled, more and more self-confident, and more successful. And then really quick, I have 2 websites. If anybody's interested, you write it down. Where you can take questionnaires that help you figure out what comes from you and help if you can't figure it out on your own, or you are one of those people who need to have structure and need to have a questionnaire to figure out what you are. These are some of the ones. They go into different parts about happiness, joy, skills. And then I also have workbooks that I have collected over the years in PDF form. I'm going to give them to Tommy, and if you want them, there's our personal development plan, a brainstorming kit if you just really can't figure it out, and then creating your own personal life plan. And I will say these are lengthy, but you know what? Your passion is not a 2-week thing. It's not a 2-week journey. It is a lifetime journey. So if you would, like I said, what you put into these, finding your passion is what you're going to get out of it. So you're more than welcome to have these PDF templates to go ahead and print or do whatever you want if you want to start that way. It's just baby steps. And thank you for letting me share.